Thanks for staying with us. As I said, as we count down to 2025 International Women's Day celebration, on this segment we'll be talking about the issues affecting women in our society. Classic example is the gender bias against heavily traumatized and vulnerable women. It is the victimization of widows in Nigeria. How this set of women are supposed to be mourning or coming out of grief are often inflicted by both psychological and physical pains in the name of beliefs, customs, and other pecuniary benefits. You can join the conversation. As I said, it's the start of the conversation. It's something we're going to continue today, tomorrow, continuously for the month of March, because there's a focus this season really on women, and this is just like the preliminaries towards it. And this is one group of women that we often don't talk about. These are women who are widows, and a lot of times, especially young widows, many of them are left to their fate because they say, oh, you're young, you can always you can hustle. Those ones are always left alone. And when a man becomes a widower, he's expected to just remarry within a short time and he moves on. But a young widow is expected to stay with her children and raise her children, not even think about relationship or even getting her life back together. And there are also issues of customs, beliefs, things that we've talked about it several times on our show. But it's important for us to reiterate the concern society, as we have the concern society have with the belief systems of how widows are treated. That's our conversation in the next few minutes before we wrap up the show. You can join us on 090-241-63440. We'd like to actually hear from widows especially. Call us to let us know what your experience has been, or if your mother was a widow, if you know somebody who was a widow, call us to share their experience with us, because the more we talk about this, the more people get a better insight on how widows should be treated going forward. Bisi, you want to start?
Yes. So we know the history. We know, because we're in patriarchy, there are a lot of things that happen to women. Women are usually the vulnerable people in the society, many a times. And when a husband dies, then the next victim or the next person who is a suspect is usually the wife. Why did your husband die before you? You must have killed him. You must have done something. You must have done this. And then we see everybody unleash their anger on the woman, and it's been going on from generation to generation. And unfortunately for us, this is my own personal view, I think that women are the ones who perpetrate this patriarchy even more than the men. The women are the ones who will sit in the committees, who will bring the wash the cups and bring the water, who would insist that you did not do this, you did not do that, you have to suffer a certain way. The men are the ones who are now following after what the institution of women, because I think from my own understanding of how men are wired, some of those things they do not pay attention to. Is the women in the committees, the other groups of women who would insist that this is the culture, this is the law, this is everything. So my message, especially as we're entering this International Women's Day, is that women need to begin to uphold other women. Women need to begin to support. And I know there's always lip service of women supporting women. Yeah. But when we look deep into the situation, you go see a woman and they do woman. A woman who, for instance, is a queen. Wait now, let's call it what it is. I grew up in the village,
let's
remember?
Continue that narrative.
No, it's not about continuing the narrative.
It happened, we're trying to change it.
It's about facing the reality of what is happening in my own view and my own perspective, right? A woman is a queen, for instance, in, let's say, a village, right? And she has some things that are assigned to her as a woman to oversee. If you stand your ground and you tell your king that this treatment has to stop, they shouldn't be treated this way, whether they are women or not, the king will listen. But most times we don't see that. And there is culture. That's how it's been done. So my call now is that any woman in the family, I don't want to hear whether you're sister-in-law or mother-in-law being the one to insist that, you see, because my son is no longer here, I will deal with you. It's women we see do that most of the time, not the father-in-laws. I'm just saying personal. So for me, the patriarchy we're shouting about is women that are upholding the patriarchy. If we can really, truly support ourselves in that regard, we'll see that some of these things will change. And some of these men will begin to change some of the laws that they have put in place.
I just want to agree with you.
Thank you, YK.
I want to agree with you because I have seen the way mothers-in-law behave. They are when a wife is having a problem, it doesn't start from the father-in-law. It starts from the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's not a narrative that Well, I'm not trying to push this narrative. It is what happens.
Yes,
The problem of a wife starts always.
Not all the time, Mikey. I don't want us to continue that narrative.
Okay. On the scale of 1 to 100, what is it?
It's maybe 20%.
Never! Are you in this country? 90, 99.9.
Wow.
99.9.
Well, people are talking.
Being untruthful.
Okay, wait.
We are being untruthful.
Listen.
Let's say as
You know,
it
we are
is.
women. We know.
We know what we do.
Listen.
It is. In fact, if they're going to go and beat the wife,
He's the woman.
the sisters-in-law,
everybody,
and the mothers-in-law.
Okay, let me not say 20%. Okay. Let me rephrase because before the social media people come and get me. Here, this is what I'm saying. I hear you, and I hear a lot of women who have experienced this because I cannot invalidate their experiences and their pains. Absolutely. But the truth is, if we continue to build up on that narrative, it will not stop. The truth is that we need to also highlight the great mother-in-laws who are doing great things, because sometimes it's as if the bad story drowns the good stories. There are lots of responsible mother-in-laws who actually help their marriages of their children, and that's the truth. But we don't hear their stories, so we make it look as if all mother-in-laws are like that. And it's not true.
In this context of widow. That's what
in the context of widowhood, where a child died, maybe your son did, somebody's son dies. To be blaming the child, your son's widow, wife.
In this context, that's what we're saying.
Okay, so I have a different narrative, right? So in my own, you know, in the North, death is easily accepted because we all know that it's a way of life.
Yeah.
So if you lose a husband in the North, what happens is there's no how we discriminate against widows. You even get someone that will marry you.
Immediately.
Yes, you get someone, not immediately, but because the woman has to stay for 3 months. They call it Ida. She'll stay for 3 months and mourn her husband. The reason is so that they can eliminate the total, if she's pregnant, at least that one after 3 months is going to show. And if she's pregnant, she has to wait until she gives birth to that child before she can remarry, before she can move on. But aside that, if she's not pregnant, after 3 months, she can go ahead and get married to anybody she wants to get married to. And she will always get somebody. That's the funny thing. And nobody will discriminate her. In fact, some people will even marry her out of pity. The fact that, she lost her husband. But let's just support. Because the aim is to, they want to make sure that promiscuity is not supported, so that you be in the home and all of that.
Interesting.
But most widows, sometimes they don't go ahead to get married again because of their children. They want to take care of their kids, and then right now, maybe because of the economy, and So
the reason why I wanted to bring up this widowhood issue is because today a young man might lose his wife, and society expects him to. After 1 year, they ask, "Uncle, how far? What's going on? You need somebody." A woman, on the other hand, something happens, and they'll be shocked to see her out and about, and they'll be wondering, is she not mourning? Are you sure? So that's where I really want our conversation to focus on, not the role of the mother-in-laws. Let us see, how do we therefore change the perspective of society when they see women who are widows and they're trying to move on with their lives?
But Morayo, if a man marries after 3 months,
no, for a man, he doesn't mistake. He can marry after a week, safe. In fact, after 3 days.
No, I'm not even talking about in the North. I'm saying if I know a man that marries after 3 months, 3 months after his wife died, I would look at the man with bad eye.
That's the worst you can do. Bad eye. He will still go ahead and look at married wife. He will look without bad eye.
I'm saying I will look at a man with bad eye. It's the same bad eye I will look at a woman who does it after 3 months. At least, I think the memory of your spouse should be at least 1 year. At least. Give the
some people cannot stay that long.
It's short. God forbid I log out. I wouldn't want my own spouse getting married and
God forbid I want to log out. I would like God to tell me so that I can get somebody that will take care of my husband.
Really?
Yes, before I go, yes. I don't want him to stress at all. He has made my life so easy. I want his life to be easy. I don't want him mourning for more than I will settle him.
Really?
If I go. Yes, if I know. If God tells me that you are going.
So your husband can get married after 3 months. You don't mind?
I don't mind because I'm gone. I've checked out of here.
Even if you mind, are you going to come back and come and face?
Exactly. I'm in another reality. I've moved on.
Yes.
Death for me is not scary because I know that we never die actually. We just move on from dimension to dimension. Yes. So it's not like I die now. That's the end of BC. BC will come back if she wants to come back in another name, in another body, whatever it is. But I would like that my loved ones are well taken care of.
Well, you see,
How do you arrange that?
And they don't
I had
grieve
a
me.
relation
I
that
say if I
died.
know if God tells me.
I had a relation that
Don't
died.
grieve and forget their life.
Within a month or two, the husband don't bring wife. Not only ordinary wife, the wife personal assistant. Some
don't
of
like
us
her.
look am like this. Hey!
The lady may have arranged her.
Exactly.
Yes.
No,
Auntie
like, she did not know she was
Lady may
dying.
have.
Auntie YK, in my
can't
She did not know
place,
she was dying.
in my place, the person will get married, even if, in fact, after they bury the wife, you can bring in his wife, his next wife, almost immediately. You can get married the next week. That very
Really?
big self, yes. You are not
And
giving
it's okay.
time to mourn, but most times, if
You
you
just
just
want to.
wait after the 7-day prayer, then after the 40th day prayer, you can decide. But
And that's all normal to you guys. I mean, I don't understand. Why is
Every
that?
culture.
It's normal because
Every
we've been.
culture.
I mean, I wouldn't want any very. God forbid I log out. I don't. Minimum 5 years. You gotta
Right.
wait. You wait.
But yes, no doubt.
5 years. What will you do?
Wickedness.
That's not even realistic.
Yeah,
It's not even
wait.
realistic for a man.
Just as you go.
What
5
are
years.
you waiting for? Hang it.
Why?
No, they should-
years?
Why? Okay, there's some people. I know that the Jew has not done anything in years.
Leave Daddy Gio.
So I know
Leave
that
Daddy
you can.
Gio.
There's a possibility you can stay with us for 5 years.
That's you knowing.
You don't know what
Everybody's
problem
different.
the GO has now.
There's no problem. But please, don't even. Do that.
Everybody is different. The idea is, I like.
Maybe that the GO is not into. You don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
That's true.
I like the idea of
Out of respect for somebody you dated
and you
married, had children with, built a life with, built a home with, you have to wait. No, maybe 5 years is a bit ambitious. Okay.
The
5 years.
respect I want you to
2,
have.
3 years, wait.
The respect I want you to have for me is that you remember the good memories
Yes.
and you build more with the people available to you. That's the respect I want. Not that you come and worship my picture every day and then cry all night and you are grieving and you're not able to function because I need you whole and hearty for your children.
No.
I've left people with that. I need you to
are
be
the
strong
one
enough.
interpreting it
I'm
that
just-
way.
no,
Let
I'm
me
just
tell you
saying personally what I think.
Let me tell you the another option, not a better option.
okay.
Another option
Okay.
is that because of my respect for this woman I love, I want to raise these children based on how me and her had envisioned it.
Okay.
So I don't want another person coming to our home. Let me raise you as your mother and I had discussed, and we are raising you together. Now, when I now feel you're mature enough that you have the values that BC wanted you to have, then I can now bring in somebody else. But right now, bringing in somebody else from a different place, come and tell my children, let my home remain as it was before my wife locked out. That's the right.
Okay, so it's
respect
important as well because most
Well, me, I don't
times,
mind.
most of these men need to heal. And they also need to heal before bringing
Hey, you
somebody
don't need to
in.
heal before
Oh,
by
there's a way
woman.
they can
You
heal in different forms. Now,
I
you
know
know
they
how
can
to
do different
heal.
forms.
They will heal
I
in
know
different
this
forms.
guy,
But some
his
healing
wife
takes
died,
time.
His kids were young.
Yeah.
You know, he never married again.
Exactly.
Till today, the kids are in university. I think they've even graduated now.
Amazing.
But he never married again.
Now,
and his
that
wife
might not be
was
too good because of promiscuity.
Well, first of
Because
all,
you
which
would-
award did he
That's
get
what they're
now
trying to.
for not marrying again? It doesn't matter.
He,
So
he
what?
has 3 very well balanced
Children.
kids.
Fantastic.
But he's doing
So
a
that's his award.
Yeah. Doing
He
that.
raised
You don't mean
good
anything. He
children.
could have still had another person who would buy into the vision that they had for the children
what if the
and
person
raise
was
good
wicked
children.
to the-
No,
exact
nah, it's
children?
normal now. You can raise
We always hear
people
stories
with
like that.
wickedness and kindness.
Yes,
It doesn't
now.
matter.
Let me
Who
just-
is
let me-
anybody
let
raising
let me
that?
tell you, I have also seen places where the woman comes in now because you and the woman, the woman that died, you had plans to your children to go to certain schools. Now, because you have a new wife, she has new children she's giving birth. She's thinking, why are you going to this private school? You don't have enough money to pay my own children's school. So now you have to reduce the resources and share it. She's not going to have you put that out for your old children.
Mariah,
So
you can also
there's a
marry
lot of
somebody who does not
issues.
want to have children. You can also marry somebody who does not want to have children. There are
That's what
women
they
who
say
don't.
before they marry
No,
you.
sometimes
Exactly.
there are women
You not
who
enter
don't
finish, you not
want
say,
to
"I want
have
one
children,
child."
and even if they want to have, they will
From one,
like,
turn
let
to
me
two.
have
So
one.
I'm just imagining how you be asking the person out there. You not ask the person, please, I don't want you
You
to
guys
have
have
children.
directed our conversation.
No verse.
Because this was not the focus. I don't even know.
The focus is society. How do we begin to change the narrative
Yes.
with the society?
Thank
I believe that we are the society, right? If I decide that this is my style and this is how I want to do it, and Mariah is talking, and YK is talking, and Ramatu is talking, and I don't want to listen, nobody will come and flog me. It's my house. By the time women are allowed to start, women are, give themselves the permission, not allow, nobody's stopping you. By the time women give themselves the permission to start doing things the way they want, everybody else will align. So let's stop waiting for till society decides. You are society.
Yes.
You are society. You are society.
So you're saying that a woman right now is a widow.
Yeah.
And in 3 months, she meets somebody who is really kind to her in the office, and they're talking.
I personally feel 3 months is too early. I personally feel. Forget what I said in the show.
Because society is saying, so okay, you and
it's not about society. So what I feel personally.
Okay, so as a person, based on what you said before,
1 year. Let me say 1 year.
I'm going back to what you said before.
Okay?
I am giving myself permission that after 1 month
or 3 months,
I am ready.
Yes.
Or it is me, my own life.
Yes.
I will say 2 months, I'm out.
Yes.
And I'm ready to date.
Yes, it's
Nobody
okay.
should tell me otherwise.
Yes, it is okay. So
I
on
have
it.
2 messages from Murayo. Can I read them?
Read them.
Olajide says Murayo will rewrite the marriage vow. She will cancel the till death do us part clause.
Oh no.
You wanted 5 years now.
The other one, truth is true. There's 5 years. By that time, this Gbogbo won't be effective now.
Oh my God.
I've rephrased that. I've taken that back.
You said 1 year now.
I said no. I said 2 years. I said
years.
my own is not. It's not even about the figure. It's about having respect for the children. If you have, your children are grown up and they're mature. Hey,
What if you are
have
clueless?
companion.
So let me give you an example. So there are men that are clueless in terms of household activities or anything. They can't wash, they
Get a
can't
nanny.
clean. Wait,
Who?
now
The
how many people
children?
can afford to get a nanny immediately? Yes, no, the men.
Okay, the men.
And then you lose your wife in the midst of that, and you don't even know what to do.
get a nanny.
Which nanny?
You will get somebody help.
There are
Without
some men that
nanny.
can
That's no
even do
excuse.
without
And then
women.
get the
One
help.
auntie,
What
and
about
thank
the one
you.
that
And
men
one
cannot do
auntie is
without
around that let me help you. Let me help from helping you. When I help
Say
myself,
himself.
that place. You want to come and kill the man? He just found somebody that is helping him.
Yeah.
Even women too can find people that help.
Exactly. Let us all accept that women too, because you always assume that women don't need this thing. Women
They
too
do.
need that companionship.
Yeah,
exactly.
I used to assume.
Women need it. They need it.
Anyway,
We're
that
not
is
even
all
talking-
we can take on today's show. But as I said, is a precursor to the real conversations about women, empowering women, changing narratives. And this year's 2025 International Women's Month is Accelerate Action. And ladies of YourView will be reviewing this going forward. Accelerate action in different perspective. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.